Welcome to the game room. Of course, my name is Billy, and this is quite the afternoon. Of course, I got Tito Steve with me. It is exciting. We're all excited because we are about to play one of our most anticipated fighting games of 2022, and that is
King of Fighters 15.
All right, so of course, this weekend is the open beta test, meaning everyone who has either a PS4 or PS5 can get in on it and try out the game with, of course, 8 characters and even fight online or even locally. If you got any friends that you can invite over, of course, have them come over, fight them, and such, and just try out the game. Of course, this is a really good way to stress test the game's rollback netcode. And how are you finding it so far?
Well, alternatively, if you don't have any access to the game, you can tune in here. So we'll be having a show match right now for King of Fighters 15. So currently we have 8 selectable characters, right? So I'm really looking forward to how the game currently is. Like, I had fun playing it. How did you find the experience as well?
I am having a ton of fun with it so far. Of course, I would, as much as I wish that my actual team was in the game or in the open beta right now, I have to work with what they've given us so far, and at least I think I'm kind of competent with at least 3 of what they have on deck for this beta so far.
Right
How
now.
about you?
I
How's your
was really
experience?
happy. Like, we had one of our ancient teams that's been in absence
Oh, yeah.
for so many iterations of this franchise, the Orochi team. So I'm really happy. It's got some of my favorite characters, and they've gotten a whole new revamp in their styling.
Mm-hmm. And of course, in terms of gameplay, their movesets are largely the same, but of course updated to fit within KOF 15 system, which, as we all know, is something that was built off on what they started with KOF 14.
So for like the people who are not that familiar with the game, I'd really recommend that you try it out. It's gotten a much more accessible compared to the older games, which were really kind of hard to digest at first. But anyway,
There's a learning curve.
Yeah,
to these.
definitely.
However, yes, you will be eased into it when it comes to KOF, especially the more modern ones, 14 and 15. And in terms of at least execution, for us, we've been playing this game for decades now,
definitely.
right?
Execution-wise,
It's still there, somehow.
It's there. It's definitely there. But as I said, it's gotten to the point where it's not as intimidating or not as frustrating, because back then there were some things that were really strict to input, and right now it's become much more of a breeze for me. I'm not saying that it's become easier, but it's become much more fulfilling to actually get those combos down.
It is so rewarding, and you're thinking more about how you're going to construct your combos and not actually how you're supposed to execute them. So at least that little bit of the workload is off your brain, and you're just thinking about the next step in your game plan instead of worrying about, like, are my wrists still going to be intact after I do this combo?
Well, and I guess right now it would be a good time to introduce our players.
Oh yeah, we
for
have a
our
little show match for you guys, and man, we got just the right people for this.
So we've got a player who's been playing this game for more than 2 decades, and we've got someone who's a relatively newcomer to the series.
But we're not going to count him out because, come on, this
Yeah,
is
definitely.
Wait, we have to introduce the players.
Okay, so we have Gore Values. He is one of our old players, and he actually represented Philippines.
Yes,
in
he
the
did
Neo Geo
represent the
World Tour back
Philippines
then
in the Neo
for
Geo
KOF
World
14.
Tour. all right, Ash. Yes, say hi.
Hello, first of all, good afternoon. I feel so excited. I have a match with Night Raid later on. So
And we have Night Raid.
And hey, I am Night Raid. I'm back once again, but I'm playing KOF for this particular segment. So please support me, as I am going to be fighting one of the best KOF players in the country. So let's go.
Oh, come on, man.
And
Don't sell
there you
yourself
have
short. You
So,
got this. You got
Hope
this.
you guys look forward to the match between these two guys. Definitely something worth watching.
Oh, yes. If you want to see what high-level King of Fighters is like.
Oh
These
my
are
gosh,
two of the
just
best
say
that
your
we can get
prayers
right
when
now.
you fight with Ash.
Oh, definitely. All right, so of course we're going to bring you to the action in just a bit, and yes, like we said, this is an open beta, so don't expect a full roster.
Yeah.
There's only a small selection, but yes, we have fan favorites, returning fan favorites, and
So you've got
at least one completely newcomer and one returning from 14.
Yeah, so you've got the previous version's new character,
Yes.
the new character, and you've got the staples like Kyo,
Mm-hmm.
Iori, and Chizuru. So I'm really surprised to have Chizuru back here because she wasn't in 14, right?
She wasn't in 14.
Yeah, she wasn't in 14.
Her last canonical appearance was in 2003. Can you imagine that? It's been that long.
Like, here we go.
And she was a sub-boss, meaning that you couldn't pick her immediately and you had to resort to a code to actually get her and form the 3 Sacred Treasures team. Alright, the 3 Sacred Treasures team, by the way, lore-wise, is of course Kyo, Iori, and Chizuru. But we're not seeing that team here right now. We're going into this the show match, and
Okay, we
it
got
is,
the
of course,
new boy from not last year, but our old new boy,
from the
Shune.
previous game.
Starting off both of these guys using Shune.
Alright.
Spacing right now, throwing in some of that anime action from the air.
Of course, Shune with the air dashes. And the thing about King of Fighters, and I know that a lot of our audience knows that fighting games are usually one-on-one, and when you think about team fighters,
Oh yes, so
you have tag fighters. But, of course, KOF works on a different mechanic. This is more of an elimination style match that they're doing. So they have to fight round per round till the last man standing.
So the thing with this kind of system is you usually have characters who fulfill certain roles. So you've got a point character and you also have an anchor character. So you have some characters who are much better starting off since they don't have any meter to work with and they're still able to dish out a huge amount of damage. And you have the anchor characters or other characters in the second spot who are able to maximize off of the meter gain that you gotten with the earlier characters. And as we proceed back to the game,
By the way, this is Dolores, one of 15's new characters.
Shun there. So Night Raid now using Dolores, one of the new characters coming into 15, and look at that, he's just eaten up
So
by that
Dolores
rock there.
is a tricky character indeed. Most of her projectiles or range attacks will be coming out from the ground, so you will want to watch the lower part of the screen in order to determine when and where you're going to be defending.
Okay, Iori, another classic. Iori got his start in the franchise back in 1995, so I believe most of the people watching, well, I know a lot of people in the audience were not yet born prior to that. Okay, here we go, canceling into
One of the
super.
classic rivalries in fighting games. Definitely. And I have a question for you, Steve.
Yes.
When Iori first came out, did you ever tie your legs together with a cord?
What? No, because he had that thing on his
Yes.
pants.
Now,
I didn't do that.
okay, just for context, classic Iori, or his old school outfit, had him tie both his pant legs with a cord or a strap right down the middle. And it did make you think, how is he able to kick that high?
And actually, like, I'd have to say, like, some of his moves are already pretty iconic. Like, the crouching heavy kick, that is one of the most iconic pokes in, I don't know, fighting games for me, wherein he just throws himself on the floor.
Yeah, just does a little handstand and just kicks you with both legs. All right,
Oh, wow. So we got another mirror.
Night Raid down to his last character.
Can he run it back? Okay, more value starting strong there. But
When
don't
you're
count
the anchor
Night Raid out
character, you
yet.
get all the meter.
Nice confirm from the low.
Those are still working in 15, definitely.
Oh, get no punish off
from
of that. Nice evade. Okay, there we go. Goes for the max combo. Goes for the super cancel, and this is
It's
it.
gonna kill. And
And
there's
the
our first game.
match. Goes to gore value. So I believe this is a best out of 3
Oh yeah.
match that we're having. So currently, if gore values gets this, then he's already shown us what you can. Shown us some of the more technical aspects of the game, and here we
Going
go.
right into it.
Alright, nice keep away. Good job, Nitrate, keeping him away. Alright,
Basically
good.
chasing each other.
Good spacing and poking game right now. Okay, here comes Gore Values trying to retaliate. Oh wow, nice confirm off of the low.
Low confirm still super potent here in 15.
Dropped it. Still anyone's game.
Oh, the overhead.
Oh, the overhead again. He said, oh, you want some of that? Oh, got punched in the gut. Alright, let's see. Nitrate shows what Dolores can do. So I tried out Dolores, but she didn't quite work with me yet. I don't know if I'm going to try her out some more, but currently she doesn't kind of work for me. Right, here we go. So you have to maintain proper spacing for her moves. Right, trying to keep Gore Values out there.
Dolores works best either as your second or your anchor character. She really needs meter to shine, at least from my experience with her so far.
Okay, we got Gore Values still trying to get in there. He's got a good amount of meter and his life is still significant enough. Oh wow, nice grab there. One hit can end this. Oh, it goes for a grab again.
Alright. Night Raid and Gore Values both on their second characters.
Oh wow, nice evade there.
Still gets clipped by the standing heavy punch.
Oh, nice grabs. Pretty much on point right now. Keeping Iori away.
She has a really nice standing D.
Gore Values
also
right
stand
now
B.
keeping that pressure in. So one of the things about KOF, as let's say opposed to something like Street Fighter, this game really rewards rushdown play, I would say.
Oh yeah. And you have tons of mobility options too.
Oh, there we go. Oh, wasn't able to capitalize off of that combo. No meter right now, but he's
Missed
got
the
the life
timing on
lead.
that.
Gore Values trying to get in there. Oh, gets denied. Alright, so now we got Chris. So Chris is one of those classic annoying characters from 97 and
Blinding
98.
Speed is the name of the game.
So you could imagine how many years ago was that? So we last saw him in 2002 Unlimited match.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that was like 2004, 2005-ish. Oh, and that is one of the classic kicks to the face care of Chris.
And that's not even a canonical appearance.
Oh yeah, for UM.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, if we're talking about canon, it was 97. Wow, how many years ago? Alright, good denies being given by Nitrate right now. Oh no, DP gets punished. Here we go. Can he? Oh, he dropped it. I think he was supposed to go for a climax there. Oh, but he says no,
Keeps
I'm
it
gonna do it
going.
again. And he gets it, and... Oh, well, he dropped it! Oh
dropped.
my goodness, why?
Just when we thought he'd land it.
Gets kicked to the face. And that is it. That is it. So really awesome showing from these two guys right now. So it just goes to show that if you're kind of late to the KOF party, it's not.
Now's a
not
good
really
time
late.
to jump
There's
in.
still a lot of. There's so much new into this game that a lot of the stuff from the old franchise will carry over, but there's also so much in the new subsystems that will allow you to have a lot more expression as well.
All right. And just the way that they've been building the system, it puts everyone on nearly the same playing field, given that, of course, this is another iteration of the system that they started with 14. You have to learn stuff like meter management, movement, defense. We haven't really talked about Shatter Strike all that much.
Yes. And I'd just like to get a word from our participants. So, guys, how did you find the experience so far? So, Night Raid, being how does it feel like being schooled by one of the old guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
So how's the experience so far?
Oh man, that was a learning experience. Fighting gore values as usual. I really knew my fate going into this, but I'm fighting, bro. I'm fighting. And of course, KOF 15. Coming from 13, this is a much more easier point of entry for the fighting game that is KOF. So I encourage everyone who is playing in their PS4s or Xbox. The beta is live now, so please download it now and try the game.
And how about our winner?
How do you like the game?
Man.
Yeah? Ah,
Okay. So, mas easier than 14, especially the BC combos. And then, please, if you have a PS4 or PS5, please download it. It's very good game. Thank you.
and with that
Yeah.
wraps it up.
Of course, we got to invite
guys,
everyone
again, this
to
is-
watch out for this.
Yeah, so it's going to be
because-
on what platforms again?
It will be on PS4, PS5, Xbox Series S and X. It's going to
Steam?
also be on PC through Steam,
Steam
and
and
Epic Game Store. So you have options, definitely.
And it's coming out on
February 17th,
next year.
2022. We hope that everyone gets into KOF because now is a really good time to jump into it. The game is easier to get into than ever. It has a pretty wide selection of characters. No matter what your playstyle is, most likely you're going to find someone in there. My team is not in this beta, so I'm still salty about that. But I am waiting for February, and
To just
I
sink
hope
your
you
teeth
are
into
too.
it. Huh.
Yes, I mean, you know me. You know who my mains are.
So as for me, I'm really happy that we have this game, and I'm really hoping that a lot of the newer people actually try out this game, and somehow, if you were not connected with its legacy, and then just come into this game fresh, and it's a really, really fun and rewarding experience.
And the community is also very welcoming. We
Oh, yes,
will
definitely.
get you up to speed on the legacy of this entire series because whether you know it or not, KOF is definitely a very influential series. It is easily one of the first, if not the first, major crossover fighting game,
Oh yeah, that's right.
right? Because you got characters from different SNK franchises just duking it out. And back then, and we're going to show our age. Back then, when it started in '94 and '95.
Don't go to
We
that
thought this
song.
was a
man.
huge
Don't go
deal.
To that song.
Oh yes, that song. But anyway, it has been great. Thank you for having us. My name is Billy. This is Tito Steve. This is the Game
And
Room.
Catch you
and
guys
of course,
again next time.
We'll catch you next time.